Hey everyone, this is Andrew at Plainview Farm. It's another cool, windy day here in April in southern Missouri. It's not raining either. So, thought we would take this opportunity to put up some fence for a little pig pasture. So I started out by moving the old hog feeder here, trying to get it in place where we can actually make use of it and let the pigs eat as much as they want. The pigs that are going to be going in this space are pigs that we are raising to sell for butchers. So we want them to be able to come out through here and root around, eat a little bit of grass, but of course they're going to need some feed as well to help them stay on schedule. But of course we're not ready for that yet. The first thing we have to do is actually build our fence. Here amongst the junk that is in the bed of the truck is a partial roll of wire that was left over from our cattle fencing project and another partial roll of wire. We have our insulators and that kind of stuff. We've got some fence posts leaning up against the bed of the truck over there. We're not going to get overly, I guess, technical on this. I am going to use this 14 gauge wire instead of the poly wire because I feel like the pigs will respect it a little bit better. They know what it is. So I need to get the truck out of the way, and then we'll get our posts, which I'm using the T-posts to be my corners. We'll get them set and start getting our fence put up. So even though it's a cooler day, the days are getting warmer, which is why I'm going to put the fence or put our pigs in this little area here around these trees. That way they'll have some shade to get in order to stay somewhat cool. It's not going to be a big area. Basically, it's just going to contain, I don't know if you can see all three trees here. We've got a couple maple trees and then an Osage orange or a hedge apple tree, I guess, is depending on where you're at, what you call it. But these are the three trees we're just going to put our fence up around. Like I said, it'll give these pigs an opportunity to find a shady place to lay if they need to get out of the sun. So I'm not going to get overly technical about where everything lays here. I'm just going to step it off, drive in the posts, and call it good enough. A good place to start. This looks like another good spot right here. All right, so I have a short section of wire panel that's going to serve as my gate, which I will explain in just a moment. Okay, so we're going to start with our first T-post here, which will serve as our corner. Actually, let's back up just a little bit. All right, here's the first post. Looks pretty good to me. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is wire up my gate. I'm just going to tie it off to the post here. Actually, I think what I'll do is put the gate here, because in the event that I need to load them out of a trailer, I can back the trailer in right here. So, just like I said, gonna tie this off with a wire. Not gonna get real crazy. I'll tie it in 3 spots. Top, the bottom, and the center. I did grab a wire long enough that I could wrap it around the post twice in the event that our pushy little friends decide to make some trouble. So, the reason that I am installing this gate like this is so that the pigs will know that there's an area to go through whenever they need to get out. If I just had it all electrified, be a little bit harder in the event that I was going to load them into the trailer. They wouldn't want to cross where it was previously electrified. Pigs are pretty smart, and they don't really care to get shocked. So they will, they'll learn where the wire is, and then they'll stop touching it, which makes sense, right? There we go. This looks pretty goodish right here. All right. I've got all 4 of my corners set, and my gate is in place. All right, so I've got my little corner insulators here, and all we need is enough to wrap a T-post, so I'm not going to get too wild. Go ahead and put these together. I'm not going to put a whole lot of tension on this. I need 6 of them. 3 where we start, 3 where we stop. And I'm going to try to use my lock jaws on the other 2 corners. We'll see. I may have to do something else there, but that'll be okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, if I didn't mention, this is going to be a 3-strand wire, which is probably more than enough for these pigs, but there's other animals out here. So you need wires high enough, or at least one wire that's high enough to keep the donkeys from trying to go over the fence, or hopefully before too long the cows. Okay, so there we go. We've got our 6 termination insulators. 3 of these termination insulators are going to go here on this side of our gate, and the other 3 will go on the other side of our gate. Put one down low, put another one at about nose height. Pigs do like to go under things, so like I said, down low, and then about nose height, and then one more up here, a little bit higher for the donkeys and eventually the cows. The cows and the donkeys are miniatures, so this right here is plenty high for them. Then we repeat on the other side. Actually, this needs to go this way. All right, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so I mentioned using lock jaws on the other corners. Normally, I wouldn't do this simply because lock jaws are, at least in my experience, they're great for your line posts. But you know, whenever you're wrapping a post, in I don't know, I guess certain situations, it's almost like they seem to fail easily. But I'm going to try to use these. One of my favorite things about lock jaws is that they will go on a post pretty much any way you want to put them on there. And you know, you can get the job done. So like I said, we're going to put these on here. I'm going to put them on the face of the post because shouldn't have any issues, you know, coming around like this. My wire should be coming in right here, and then it'll come out on this other side over here. So we shouldn't, like I said, really have any problems. And again, this is just a temporary setup. It's probably not going to be here too terribly long, hopefully. So if it is, I can always change these out if there's a problem. But hopefully they'll get the job done for what I'm doing right now anyway. So while I'm here next to the truck, I'll get my spool unroller, get it out here and get it in place. If you haven't seen me in other videos use this, this is just a receiver hitch with a piece of all thread run through it. I set the roll of wire over the top of it. I'll show you. I just set it over the top like that, and then pull the wire where I want to go with it. And this right here, like I said, is how the go through the lock jaw. Get our wire through, and we should be good to go. Now normally, in this situation, I would probably put my strainers about halfway in between, somewhere off over in there. But in this situation, I'm going to put them on that side of the gate over there, simply because it's not that very long of a pull. And in this situation, like I said, pigs, they learn this pretty well, pretty quickly. All right. Hope we're gonna have enough wire for this project. If not, I've got some 12 gauge, 12 and a half gauge I can use. I should have put the truck somewhere else, shouldn't I? Okay. Tie off to our strainer. And we will leave us a nice long tail. On this one, we're only going to wrap it a couple times. So that's all it needs. Then we can connect it. Oh man. Then we can connect it to the wire below it. Kind of just keep things easier. All right, I think that's pretty good. And the second one. So like I said, I'm going to use this wire. We're going to wrap it around right here, which will give us our connection. And our third strainer, we'll use this wire, which it's a little bit short. We'll just bring these two wires up, twist them together. Or bring the bottom wire up, I guess, and twist it to the middle wire. And just twist them together. All right, so there we go. It may not be pretty, but I don't care if it's pretty. It's just got to get the job done. Never had a pig complain about how the fence looked. This time, I'm gonna go this direction. Yeah, I think that works better. And we'll terminate the next wire. And I should probably put some tension on these. All right, there's two. And here's three. Kinda. Ran out of wire on the big roll, had to switch to the little one. So we'll bring it over here and meet in the middle. So it looks like I had just enough wire to get this job done, which, you know what? I'd rather have just enough than end up being just short. I'm going to tie it off. I'm not going to use anything else. If you've seen my other videos about fence, I don't get overly crazy on splices, this kind of stuff, especially these fences that are not under a lot of tension. Even though it is high tensile wire, I still don't put it under a lot of tension. Especially in situations like this. All right, now let's go crank this thing down good and tight. I'm kidding. All right, use our 15 millimeter Craftsman wrench. Which I'm pretty sure that's what spec calls for, is a 15mm Craftsman wrench. Like I said, not going to get these overly tight, just tight enough will do. Well, I forgot my hammer, but I do have this handy dandy hatchet. I'm going to use this to set my fiberglass line posts. We'll get them in place first and then get everything else taken care of. I think that works. Pull these up just a hair. That one doesn't want to pull up. Okay, so I guess that'll do. All right. One set of line posts. Hopefully that'll hold a few pigs. So here so you can see what these are. These are just clips that go onto the wires. This one right here is going to be difficult. There we go. Like I said, these are just clips that go onto the wires just to keep them in place, or at the right height anyway. So I have all of my posts set now, and grab this old cable there to attach my wire here for my pig pasture to the electric fence in order to supply it with juice, which is just right over here. Now this is not meant to be, again, a permanent situation, but it'll get the job done for now. Now I'm going to dump a little bit of feed into the big feeder here. Probably would have been a good idea to do this before I got all of the wire set up. I'm going to have to fill it up later on anyway, so I guess it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Maybe a wasper or two in there. It's all right. Pigs will take care of them soon enough. Oh man. Well, that's just great. If you can't tell, pigs know what's going on. Now, I'm going to pour just a little bit on the ground around this, and hopefully they'll figure out that the feed is in the feeder. All right, I got to feed these pigs before they start tearing stuff up. Get down. Where'd your bowl go? All right, let's calm them down just a minute. Nope. Hey, pig. Come on, pig. Pig. Everybody come out, come on. Come on, pigs. Okay, so that ended up being just a really huge mess. And the camera was pointed in the wrong direction. Oh. Like I said, huge mess, but everybody's where they're supposed to be. I'll show you. Scarlet is still in this pen for now. And those pigs are over there eating from the feeder. Whew. Don't know about you, but I'm out of breath. Whew, I'm about to touch that. Get introduced to the electric fence again. Already been there. Don't want to do that. All right, now I got to get water to everybody, which there's nothing really to see there. A quick update. Curly Sue has her 11 babies right there, and everybody's doing well, which again, if you remember, 3 of them belong to Scarlet. Scarlet had 14 babies, and well, at the end of 24 hours, all she had allowed to remain, let me put it that way, was 3, which Curly Sue readily adopted, and we got Scarlet away from all those babies. So she's right there eating the feed off the ground, which of course is not something that we like to do. In all the chaos, I was not able to get the feed into feed pans. So I'd say that my little sacrifice area here is plenty sacrificed. It did not take these pigs very long to turn this into, well, I guess a pigsty. But we'll clean this up, and I'll get some dirt hauled in and try to fix the ground back how it should be here. But right around the corner, we're going to have to wean Curly Sue's babies there. It's time for them to be weaned and the little boars to be converted into barrows, and basically get everybody on their way, or the ones that we're going to get rid of, the ones we're not going to keep, get them on their way. I'm still out of breath. Anyway, I hope you found this video to be, if not useful, maybe just the slightest bit entertaining. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd ask that you please do that. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And as always, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time. Didn't take them long to figure out how that worked, did it?